Thinking about divorcing a narcissistic spouse? Well, please don't do anything before watching this video. This is going to give you some really important information you need to have before you do anything. So here's what you need to know. Before you divorce a narcissistic spouse, first you need to heal from the narcissistic abuse. In this video, I'm going to explain why it's so important that you heal before you file. But first, let me introduce myself. I'm Victoria McCooey. I'm a transformation coach, a motivational speaker, and the creator of the Reclaim Your Power system. I've helped hundreds of people, men and women, heal from the narcissistic abuse so that they can go on and leave a toxic marriage and create a new life that they love. So what you don't know, if you've never been through a divorce before, is that the system doesn't recognize this type of abuse that you've endured. All the experts involved, the courts, the judges, the lawyers, the law guardians, the forensic psychologists or evaluators, they don't understand the kind of abuse that you receive being married to a narcissist. They can't identify why you're so weakened, right? So when they see you at face value, all they see is the narcissist who's strong and manipulative and confident and compelling, and they see you and you're weakened, you're compromised, you're unsure of yourself, you're walking on eggshells, you doubt your own intelligence, you doubt everything about yourself. You're not your whole self because you've been diminished from the years of abuse you've endured. But they don't understand that. They take you at face value. So you don't want to dive into a situation where you're on this not level playing field, where the narcissist seems to be the better choice, the more believable party. I mean, what if you're in a custody battle? They're going to present as the more capable parent. So you don't want to enter into a battle like that when you're compromised. It's like the other person has a weapon and you don't. You don't want to go into that. You need to heal first so that you have a fighting chance in this war, because with the narcissist it's going to be all-out warfare. So as much as we are trying to educate all the people involved in this system, and of course there are some that are very enlightened and understand, but not everyone does. In fact, most of them don't have the right information that's necessary to understand. But you've been bullied, you've been gaslighted, you've been manipulated, you've been intimidated. You're not able to deal with this person, your abuser, in a normal way. This is your abuser. So what they're going to see is you showing up, not being able to communicate, or not being able to compromise, or not being cooperative. They're going to see in their eyes, because you need to protect yourself from the abuser. So they're just going to see someone who's weak, unhinged, maybe worst of all crazy. They're because this is what the narcissist is going to be telling them. So he's painting a picture that you're weak and crazy and unhinged and mentally ill, whatever they are going to say about you, and you're going to sort of paint that picture because you're in this state. So that's why it's so important for you to do the work before filing or leaving. I understand it means more time with your abuser. In the big picture, it's time well spent. I know you want to get away as soon as possible. You want to start the process as soon as you can, now that you realize that it's such a desperate situation and you really need to be away from the abuse. But it's going to work out so much better in your favor if you do this work. In fact, that's why I call myself a transformation coach and not a divorce coach, because although I do coach you through the divorce like a divorce coach would. What I'm doing is helping you get ready to transform into the kind of person that can actually go the distance in this divorce, who can actually not get sabotaged, who is strong enough to go the distance to see it through to completion, because you know this is why you're leaving. You are not right. You're not yourself. So we need to get you to a place where you're strong enough to actually have a successful outcome in the divorce. I've helped so many people do this work and get to a place where they know how to present, how to interact with the narcissist when necessary. It's a long process, but it's really worthwhile. The same exact thing happened in my own divorce. My divorce took 6 years. And believe me, when I was first divorcing, I was a wreck. Mine came on suddenly because there was a domestic violence issue. And so that expedited the process of divorce and having the narcissist out of the house. Thank goodness, because that did give me time to heal because we were living separately. But it took a long time there, and it was back in a time when nobody really understood this personality disorder. It wasn't as mainstream as it is today, the word narcissist or narcissism. So it was it was an unknown. And so no one understood that I was compromised. And definitely all these people evaluating us for, there was a custody battle and you needed grounds for divorce back then. And I didn't present in my best way because I was bullied, manipulated, gaslighted, abused, all the things, without really understanding what any of those things meant. I just knew something wasn't right, but that's actually what was going on. So I was a shell of a person. I was frightened. I was weak. I was not me. And of course, my spouse was confident and manipulative and overpowering and telling everyone that I was crazy. And I was pretty much making his case for him because I was so triggered. But in the course of this, thank goodness, it took 6 years. And, because that's typical for narcissists. They love the fight, so they want it to go on as long as they can. But regardless, over the 6 years, I did heal. And those same people who were involved in our case, the forensic evaluator and the law guardian and the lawyers and the judge, and everyone started realizing that it wasn't me. I mean, I got stronger and I presented much better, and everything changed. The playing field was level, and I presented as my true self, and the narcissist started to be exposed. So this is what I help you do. This is what I help my clients do. I help you expedite that process and get to a place where you can show up in court or in mediation or wherever in your best way, as your true self, as your strongest, most confident, most powerful self. I call my program Reclaim Your Power because that's what you're doing. You're reclaiming the power that you gave away to the narcissist. I'm not judging. I did it too. So this is undoing all the damage so that you can have a successful outcome. So if that's you, if you know that you need to do this work before you engage in a divorce, then why don't you reach out to me? I would love to help you if I can. So the first step is to book a free call with me. I'll have a link in the description where you can find a time on my calendar that works for you. My first session is always free. So I'll give you my best advice about your situation, and we'll figure out if I would be the right coach for you, if we're a good fit. And if we are, we can figure out which of my programs would work best for you. And if you found this video helpful, would you please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. Thanks so much for watching. I've linked a couple of other videos here that I think you might like also, so I hope to see you in the next video.